This is Lancer Moore, the voice of the fans, and this is League of Ireland After Hours. David Dunn here, joined by Conor McAvoy. Slightly a bit late. It wasn't a lie. 10:45. It was a fib. Anyway, you are very welcome. We are live here in a drab night in the league. It certainly was the game I was watching. Hold on. There we go. Of course, we are live here to take your comments. Have you been traveling to a game? Are you coming home from a game? Did you watch a game at home? We want to hear from you. Check out that number at the top left-hand corner, +44 077 52937715. You can also get your comments and that's the usual way that we do it here, because we are the voice of the fans. Don't need your video, just your voice will do. If you want to chat to us gremlins, we got your comments coming in there. Keep them coming in, guys. We are the voice of the fans. And before we start taking your calls and have a look at tonight's action, don't forget, if you want to support what we do, you can have it to Roar Plus, $4.99 per month. Link in the description below. You can also buy us a coffee, and you can get your beer mats and sticker collection. Did you just cut out my music?
Yeah, I'm sick of that music. It does my
head. Did you just cut out my music? It's my music. I was flowing.
I hate it. I fucking hate it.
Fucking hell. Anyway, Conor,
I hate that music. I hate that music.
Well, we'll change it up then. Fucking pick something better.
No, I just don't. I'd much rather hear your lovely British accent.
I thought you were going to say dulcet tones. Anyway, yes, hello and welcome to Lands and War, voice of the fans. And yes, this is League of Ireland After Hours. We are live here on a Friday night. We want to hear from you, the League of Ireland fans. What games have you watched? Did you watch them at home? Are you traveling back? Tell us what you think. Comments, as per usual, or you can give us a text and we'll get you on here. We don't need to see you. We can. We just want to hear you. Conor, how are you? Haven't spoken to you in what, minutes?
Yeah, I'm good. Now that music's off. Yeah. Yeah. Actually, I know it was a dull night to start with in League of Ireland. Actually, the second halves really did pick up.
Can I just interrupt? Have you done the whole thing with Twitter? We're still experiencing problems with Twitter.
Oh yeah. I just done it there now. It's
good, man. Thank you.
Still acting the balls with StreamYard. So
apologies, not our fault.
You need to do it on your Twitter though. You still need to do it on your Twitter.
I don't even know what I'm doing.
You go into it, you go into your stream, click the three dots, and click share stream, and you just tweet the link, and it just goes up. Okay. But yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I'm doing well. Good to be back on a Friday night. It was, as you said, it was a dull first half. Anyway, the first half was a bit disappointing in all aspects. It was 0 goals. In the first half in any game. In the Premier Division, obviously there were some in the First Division, but there were kind of results you expected. So yeah, I had enjoyable night of watching League of Ireland, obviously, because I know what the work I was doing. I couldn't see them all, so it'd be good to get your thoughts on the game you've seen. Probably more intensely than I seen it, because I was kind of switching over and back from it. But yeah, good night across probably both divisions in the end, which were in some awful weather conditions. I don't know if you've seen the pitch that was being played in the Markets Fields in Limerick for Treaty versus Bray, and that was a field all right. It was like the ploughing championships were going on. But anyway, yeah, how are you doing?
I'm good. I had the misfortune of watching Shelvin Grovers and my team Pats, which was absolute snooze fest till about the 60th minute. It was really boring. It was really bad. I'm actually raging. I didn't watch Bows and Derry. That looked like a hell of a lot of fun over there. Yeah, bad night. Really bad night. Very unlucky, actually. Pats should have been 1-up. Hit the post twice in like 2 minutes. And then scored the other end. Kind of the story of Stephen Kenny, really. There's a recurring theme here. They were very lucky, but yeah, very windy conditions in Dublin, in Tala tonight. South Dublin Derby, I suppose, Southwest Dublin Derby. But yeah, no, great win for them. Done very well. See the comments coming in there, guys. Keep them coming in. We're going to get to those in a second. Just very quickly though, we're just going to go through the results, the standings, and then we're going to talk a little bit about it. So we'll start the First Division. Conor, will we?
Yeah, go on ahead.
Go on. It's the graphics here. And these are not our graphics, by the way. I cannot. That's Wexford FC, isn't it?
In the top left, yeah, against Cork, yeah.
Yes, it's just my eyesight is really bad. Wexford FC 1, Cork City 4, Treaty United nil. Bray Wanderers 1. That's Kerry nil. What's that on there? I should have read this off the website, shouldn't I?
Athlone.
That's Athlone Town 1. Finn Harps 2. UCD 1. Let's have a look at the standings there. On top, Cork City 2 out of 2. 5 goals. I have another 101 to go if you're going by the lads. Hopefully we'll hear from the boys, Kim on and the lads. Always come on every week. Athlone are second. Bray second with third with 4 points. Wexford fourth with 3 points. Finn Harps fifth with 3. UCD sixth with 3. Longford Town 7 with 1 point, but they've only played one game. Them and Cove Ramblers. Kerry 8th with no points. Treaty United 9th with no points. And Cove Ramblers 10th with nil point. And that's how the first division stands after the first round. So the graphics are a bit all over the place here. Connor. Waterford nil. Sligo Rovers nil. I didn't even bother looking at that. The highlights: Shelbourne, a very disappointing performance there and result. Booze, I believe, at a full time. Shelbourne 1, Galway United 1, and then of course Derry City nil. Bows 1. Huge result there. Huge result for the Gypsies. And yeah, can you call them the Gypsies anymore? Or is that a little bit too?
Yeah. No.
Not the way they are, kind of, you know. I kid, I joke. Great result though for Bohemians. They're booed off the pitch, Derry, at the end. Massive amount of boos at the end. We'll talk about that in a second. And then of course, Dundalk 1, Drogheda 1. That was an allowed derby. Connor Keeley. Talk about making and scoring your own goal. Unbelievable. He just booted the ball forward, ran with it, ran forward there. Brendan will be very happy, actually. I'm sure.
He is. I can tell you he is. He is happy.
Do you know, I'm going to send him a text message when I get a chance. What a goal. Just hits the ball. We'll talk about it in a second. Sorry.
In fairness, it is poor goalkeeping, but we'll say it is
still
yeah.
Brilliant. Yeah. And then of course Shamrock Rovers 2. St. Pat's nil. That's Adam Brennan. We're going to talk about him. What a player, what a talent, this lad making his debut. Goal and assist. Should have had 2 assists, but Jack Bone was selfish.
Are you sure he's not going to be retired by 25 with those cramps he's picking up?
To be fair, like, he celebrated and he got himself some cramps. It was hilarious. Yeah. Right, Connor, what one we got the comments coming in there. Will we I don't know, how will we do it? Will we go through the comments as we're on
Yeah,
the
go on the
air?
comments and we can go through, because they're mentioning different games and we can speak on different games when I go through them.
Okay, Mark McKenna, first one up. Is it good for Irish football long term if teams are bringing in more and more foreign players? God, sounds like we're in the Premier League like in 1995.
I would say so, Martin. As long as they're good, as long as it's not they're scraping the bottom of the barrel, who's lads who are being released from National League North, or lads that have been playing in the third tier in Turkey or playing in the second tier Kazakhstan. So no, I think it is a good thing. Like obviously Shell's brought in the lad. I know Shell haven't started well, but they brought in the lad from Sweden. Like even like I know Oren Casey, who they brought in. I know he's from the north, like, but that's technically coming in from a different league. So no, I think it is a good thing as long as it's good scouting, good players. I think you can. I think it's a case by case scenario. With some teams, you'd wonder, like, sometimes you'll be thinking, particularly with maybe the second tier sides when they bring in lads from foreign countries, you're wondering, is it just a stopgap until the end of the season and then try and go again? But yeah, I think in general it should be a good thing. But obviously promoting Irish players is always the number one.
Yeah, and young players as well. Some cracking young players. I think the Brexit thing, is a blessing and a curse. Obviously, they can't go to England; they have to go to foreign countries, which isn't great. When you go to Italy, you've seen a lot of youngsters doing that. But what you're seeing are players like Adam Brennan, players like Michael Noonan, who obviously scored today, actually staying in the league as well. And I think that's brilliant, because if they can play at a decent level at home and they're not going over too young, too immature. They can't move till they're 18. So, yeah, I think it's brilliant. I think that's brilliant for the league anyway. That's just all I have to say about that. Nick B, Um, 8008. Who's this Adam Brennan lad? Special. He's really good. I didn't know about him. Who was it in our group pointed him out to me? He was at UCD last year. Let me have a look here. I want to give credit where credit is due. Matt in our writers group, he pointed him out. He said he was at UCD last year, Nick, and yeah, made his league debut tonight. I believe that would have been his Shamrock Rovers debut. Would have been his Premier League debut as well, because he would have played in the first division last year. I believe, Connor, that you're going to tell me he didn't actually play in the
You'd be
first.
correct.
He did, yeah, and yeah, and basically just excellent. Played on the left. I like him so far. Obviously he gave himself a cramp. Just a clever player, like, plays with his head up, can do the dribbly bit. He picked out obviously Michael Noonan. He picked out Michael Noonan, gave him a very simple finish. Michael Noonan was in the right place, but he picked him out. And then Jack Byrne hit the upright as well. After Patsett hit the upright twice in 2 minutes, and then basically, yeah, got his goal, which was a header. So the lad seems to be able to do it all except celebrate, because he gave himself cramp with a celebration and then came off. That was on the 80th minute. But yeah, he got a round of applause. Really good player, Connor. Like, really, he's one to keep an eye on anyway. Early days, but one to keep an eye on.
Yeah, I actually was initially worried he wouldn't get that huge amount of minutes since going to Rovers, because of obviously coming from the first division. He done very well last season, but it's obviously a massive step up, and the gap's getting bigger every year between the first division and Premier Division. So I was wondering, will he come in straight away as getting regular minutes? I thought it'd be more of getting 15, 20 minutes off the bench, because he didn't actually do that well in the President's Cup, and you're thinking, oh, maybe Bradley will try and ease him in, but then he threw him in from the start tonight. Absolutely brilliant. Yeah, the player's been highly rated for a while, but no one really maybe thought he would go on straight away and do this at Rovers. I know he could have went to Barnsley in January. They wanted to sign him, but he chose to stay in Ireland, obviously. And if you do well at Rovers, then bigger, maybe not bigger clubs, because Barnsley are a big club who've taken the likes of Ferrugia, but he'd be more in a ready position if he's going to go over to England in a couple of years' time, and does really well with Rovers for a few years. And yeah, such an exciting player. That assist he got, I think, was the most impressive thing. Going down the right, did he go past Boyce? He went past and then put it across to Noonan, and then yeah, I think it epitomised his performance, didn't it? Picking up the cramp, because it showed the work rate, the amount of the work that he went through on off the ball. I remember because obviously I was doing other games, and then last 15 minutes of the first half I went in, and the first thing he done was he had chased down someone into the corner flag and took the ball off them, which I think was Elbasetti. Elbasetti come on at that stage. I can't remember who it was, because the pass team was all over the place tonight in terms of positioning. But yeah, he won the ball back, and it kind of sums him up. He's not just what he does on the ball, it's what he does off the ball. And I'm glad he got the goal as well, to which kind of was the cherry on top of an excellent performance by a superb young talent who's going to have not just a big career, a big season with Shamrock Rovers, because people have been questioning their transfer window. I know they've been brought in Tumishi Sobowale today, but they've brought in a lot of older heads as such, or lads that have been key players over the years, have kind of moved on and not really been replaced. But if a player like Adam Brennan can come in and have this sort of impact already as a 19-year-old, it's very, very impressive.
Yeah, no, best luck to him. Obviously, I'm glad he's hopefully going to spend a year or two playing in the Premier Division, and then he's going to go. Like, someone's going to sign him, and that's no disrespect to Shamrock Rovers. He's going to need to move on. And oh yeah, sorry, just get the tech. We're going to have a phone call in a little bit. So yeah, guys, if you want to come on, about 10 minutes.
I don't know if you've seen Mega J Dog has spoke about the Rovers game. It could be worth will I pull up on screen here, just because he's a Rovers fan and it's worth sticking on that tone.
Go for it.
You want to read that out?
Mega J Dog 1995 is a Raw Plus subscriber. Thank you, Mega, for your support. Good win for Rovers. Although Pat's hit the post twice, we certainly deserved it. Adam Brennan was fantastic. Jack Byrne returns, and the Stevens return. Good win at home. Life is good. Do you know what? I never even thought of that, Connor. I was sitting there and I heard Jack Byrne's name, and I just thought, oh yeah, Jack Byrne. And I was like, hold on a second. Obviously, he came on late in the game. I thought, didn't he have a massive dust up with the manager, whose name has just escaped me? Yeah, he just had Steve Bradley. He had a massive bust up with him last season. He went out on loan somewhere, didn't he?
Yeah, he went to Dubai Irish in Dubai. So and played the third tier of of the UAE league. So yeah, but no, he we all know Jack Byrne
Scared
is
him
on
straight,
his
did he?
day. Yeah, on his at his best, he's the best player in the league. I don't care what anyone says. He is and him at his prime, I think, as good as we'll ever see a player in the League of Ireland. But yeah, it was interesting how fast it all turned around. I thought he would have ended up like Pats or somewhere the off season, but Bradley said he met him for a coffee when he came back over Christmas, and whatever they hashed it out and made up again and became best friends again. And it was always quite simple. It was just I think it was the pre-playing Derry last year, and you do obviously the day before you do your routines, you do your setup, and obviously it was obvious to Jack Byrne that he was on the team that was preparing the starters for the next day, and he didn't take being on the bench too well in that game. He was expecting the start, so obviously that fell out from there and led to him leaving. But it's glad he's back. I'm glad he's back. He's unbelievable player. Like he's different class, and he nearly scored. He hit the post. Well, when I seen him, he hit the post. You said the upright, but did he hit the post and the upright? It was when he hit the post and came back off a Nang's head and nearly went back into the back of the net when Adam Brandon laid it off to him, or was that the one you're talking about?
I think it's what I'm talking about. Yeah, just hit it off the upright.
Yeah.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah. Selfishly. Now, good to see him in the league, back in the league. I mean, when he played for Ireland, he never had a bad game for Ireland. Remember, he made his debut against Bulgaria. Bulgaria, right? It was Bulgaria. 3-1 win over Bulgaria. Or am I getting mixed up?
That's the first start, was it?
Yeah. Mick played him and he wouldn't play him against Switzerland. Yeah, no, brilliant stuff, Mega. Thank you very much. Going to go back through here, and then we're going to get our. Hopefully, by then we're going to get our first caller. Turvis 6065. So 10:45 was a lie, huh? Oh, Turvis, good things come to those who wait. Kimon says, "Hi lads, hope you're doing well. We're very well, Kimon. Thank you very much. Another Roar Plus subscriber supporting what we're doing, and he's going to be on in a few minutes. Sligo boy, 8152. Hello, Gremlins." Joseph Rickenbach 213 up Galway. Good man, Joseph. Hope you
big point for Galway.
Huge point for Galway. We didn't give them a snowball's chance in hell. Do you ever remember? You weren't born, or I don't know. You were about to be born. It was during the World Cup in 2002, and the whole Saipan thing kicked off. And some fella says, he's outside. Whenever I we haven't got a snowball's hell and chance. I was using RTE. That poor bastard. He probably got pelted for work the next day. Tourist 6065 says, give the title to Bose already. I mean, I watched the highlights of it because obviously I was watching the Pats game and I watched the 5-minute highlights. By the way, if you want to watch the highlights of these games afterwards, after you're done here, don't you dare leave us and watch them. Head on to the FEI YouTube channel and you can check them out. Actually, by the way, Connor, will we tell them about our new website?
Oh, Jesus, here he goes.
It's a lovely website. We have a new website, by the way, guys. This is what it looks like on the... Yeah, there you go. lansandroar.ie. Look at that there. You got your home, your podcast. You got your articles. You got your videos, which are now uploading there beautifully. All on there. Take you over to YouTube. International. Look at that international window. Pictures there. Of Connor and myself there in Lisbon, Yerevan, and Budapest. No Martin, of course. That's how we like it. He's got to go mad when he hears that. Hi, Martin. And then, of course, our fanzine as well that you can get. Of course, there will be another one coming out for the new window coming up. And yeah, got a little bit about us there. Look at that gorgeous, gorgeous sex machine right there, David. Who is he? And you can contact us and get all that kind of stuff. So that's a new website anyway. Just thought I'd share that. Right,
if you want to write for it, by the way, send us a message.
Yeah. And Connor were very emphatically take your request. Anyway, Bohemians. Let's go back to the League of Ireland. Bohemians were excellent. Well, don't know if they were excellent. I didn't see the game, but they got an excellent result. Derry booed off the park. We want to talk about Bows. I'm going to look at the comments for Bows and Derry. Okay, so did you watch that match, Connor?
No, I didn't, to be honest. We'll take the comments probably to help us with that. But yeah, no, because I wasn't working on that one. So, But all I really seen was the free kick, which I don't know what people think in the comments, but I think Beach should have saved it.
Oh, it was a
But
shocker.
it was, in fairness, obviously Device struck the ball very cleanly. Would you say, I would say it's a good effort, but should be a straightforward keeper or save for keeper at that level. Obviously, they brought him in yesterday. He signed from Kilmarnock on loan because of obviously Brian Mars going out injured. The lad that played last week, Shea Callister, made his only professional debut last Friday night. So I don't think they really trust him long term as the backup to Brian Mars to come in if like as such what's happening at the moment, which is probably a bit unfair. And a lad he didn't do anything wrong in that 2-all draw with Duroc. Dave, I think he couldn't have done anything with the goals. So I think it was a bit harsh on him. And then they bring in the lad from Kilmarnock who obviously couldn't save a relatively straightforward free kick for a keeper at that level to save. So yeah, quite disappointing probably for Derry's point of view. And then as tourist 1665 says, the Derry hype was completely unfounded. McLean is done.
Yeah,
Um,
I don't think he's
oh,
done, but he's done. It has to be done as a central midfielder. From what I saw the highlights, um, um, what I saw of the highlights, he looked like a fish out of water. He just looked rugged in midfield. You know, kind of just running out of position, playing the ball to feet. There was one like where the Derry player's trying to receive it, and there's a man on him. He's played it right to his feet, and he loses straight away because there's a Derry man on him. It's just things like that. He just looks completely lost there, like he didn't really know what he was doing.
mhm.
Um, you know, he's not a central midfielder, and I think Derry, if you know, if you're going to get a player like James McLean and play him, in his, you know, you're going to play him in his natural position down the left. Yes, he's going to be an absolute asset for you. You're going to play him in the center, completely out of position. It's just going to hinder you. And do you think he's going to be taken off as a sub unless
No,
he's injured? He won't, will he? Like
no.
that's, you
And I
know
think
it. He,
Davey was their highest rated player tonight in SOFA score. Probably for all
yeah.
those 6-yard passes that he completed, passes to centre half when they gave to him because he doesn't have the ability to turn on as a midfielder, which is not a surprise. But yeah, um, like he was a 7.3, and I hope he's not posting that on his Instagram story saying, "Well, you can't blame me for us losing this game." But the reality is, Derry right now should probably be sitting on 5 points instead of not 5 points, 3 point. No, sorry, they should be sitting on 1 point because the first game against Sligo, how they won that game, they got away with murder. So
Mm.
really should have been a point. I know they got the 3 and you move on. But and last week against Dundalk, they got very lucky to get a 90th minute penalty to equalise. And then today they lost again. So reality is they should really be on 1 point. I know they're on 4, which isn't the worst place to be in because Bows are a good side and everyone takes points off everyone in the league and it will take time for them to adapt. Um and no one's really got going for them. I don't think you can really put all the blame on McLean, but he is playing in the engine room. He is in the centre of the park where everything comes through the midfield. And I know they switched up the partnership tonight. They went with Carl Winchester instead of Adam O'Reilly.
Mm.
And it probably did help them a bit, probably to gain control of the game. But in terms of just a balance in midfield, I don't see it. They still had 58% possession, 59 in the first half, 58 in the second half. So it wasn't like it was even until the goal. It is still have a decent amount of possession over Bows, but yeah, it's just not going well. I know there's more comments on that game there.
Yeah, just gonna look through them there. James Agnew, our boy James. Evening, gents. Hope all is well. Good man, James. I know he was watching Derry Bows. Started off with Darren Knight in the league, but then it kicked into life. Think some of these teams are still finding their feet. Brilliant result for Bows tonight in Derry. They look like they have a bit of steel about them this year. Defense looks solid. Haven't conceded the goal yet. Long way to go yet, though. Absolutely, James. He's our co-writer with the. He does a lot of writing on our website. Check
I'd
him
love to
out.
know why he's a Bows fan though. He's never explained to us why he supports Bows.
Well, he doesn't have a fucking team, does he? Who else
Yeah,
is he
but I
going
know,
to?
but how did he decide on Bows?
James, why do you support Bows?
Maybe he's a
I
Greta
mean,
Thunberg fan.
to sorry, James. To be fair, it's not as if there was a League of Ireland team, you know, where he's based, and I'm not going to divulge that
Where's he from?
information. I'm not going to divulge that information. It's not for us to
Is he
say.
not supporting the Irish League team? Because it still is in Ireland.
Frank O'Connor. How you doing, Frank? Watching us in LA. McLean can't be done. He was starting for Wrexham just a few months ago. Is he still playing out of position? And by the way, Frank, as well as James, are super subscribers on Raw Plus. So thank you so much. Yes, he is still playing out of position, Frank. As we've said here, left-sided wing back, winger. That's his strong point. Beautiful crosser of the ball. He's a machine. Definitely could play week in, week out in the League of Ireland because he's an absolute pro. But he's trying to play in the centre of the park. It's not pretty, and it's not going to work. And Kimon says, yes, he is. And adds, seems like he wants to play in midfield. Kimon, are you coming on? Where is he? If you're watching. And yes, text the number on screen to come on, have your say. A bit here more on Bose. James Agnew, a bit mystified by Reynolds brought off on for Parsons. Oh, here's Kim on now. With half an hour to go, I was really impressed with Vaughan tonight. Very sharp, must be managing his minutes and easing him into the league and full fitness. Thoughts? What about that, Connor? What do you think of that? Now we're going to get.
It's a question, James. Yeah, because he hasn't really played since the summer, since pre-season with Hull. I know he hasn't been unfit, and he was playing a few 21 games, and he was on the bench for the first team in the championship. But yeah, reality is, people who've seen Harry Vaughan play for a number of years, he broke through when he first went to Hull under Liam Senior and done really, really well in the championship. And I think he got man of the match on his debut away to Blackburn. It shows the level of player he is. But it's just kind of taking a bit of time. And I think everyone knows, like, physically, he's quite a small player. So you can understand why in the championship, some managers that were at that level wouldn't want a small player playing maybe out in the left-hand side as number 10. But yeah, he's a brilliant player. He's gonna have a huge career wherever he goes. It could be someone that goes up playing somewhere around the continent or something to get the best out of himself. But yeah, I would say he's just managing them to build up into it. I know Bose's tactics were initially kind of messed up a bit because Douglas James Taylor got injured in the warm up and they were going with a front two with himself and Colin Whelan, and you have to adjust it slightly when one of your strikers gets injured and you have to bring on a left sided or a number 10 if you want to put it that way. Come on, so yeah, I'm guessing he's managing his minutes at the moment. But sure, it worked out. They won 1-0, didn't it?
And also apologies to Frank. San Francisco, not LA. Tony's in LA.
I was going to say that to you. I was going to say it to you. Tony LA is a different person.
I don't know I don't know what's going on half the time. You know what I mean? You know what I'm like when I get going? It's like a boy. A152 says, Frank, be sure to wear a flower in your hair. There you go. All right, come on, give us a thumbs up. You ready to come on? Can you hear us? Or will we just embarrass him in front of 500 people?
I think he's ready whenever you're.
Right, let's get him on. Hello, young man.
Hey,
how
lads,
are you?
how's it
How
going?
are you doing this week?
Good, how are you?
Bad. How are you?
Very good, mate. Very good. What match did you watch tonight?
Well, I was out with my mates, so I only watched like some parts in the second half, but I watched some of the Derry game and I watched mostly Rovers and just a bit from the Galway game, who got a good draw up against Shells.
So what?
Yeah,
what game?
I mean, Adam Brennan. Sorry, go on.
I was going to say who impressed you in the games you've seen. That's what I was going to say. So continue on.
Oh well, I'd say Adam Brennan. Like, I'd never heard of Brennan before. I just remember, I think he scored against the Netherlands back in an under-19s game, but that was 2025, I think.
Yeah, he did.
That's the only time I found him, and I just remember seeing like a post on Instagram that he signed from UCD, who seems like they're doing well. Like when it comes to promoting talents, like obviously the guy in Hull, Catherine McCarthy, he's doing very well. So yeah, I thought he was very good. Like obviously could have gotten a second assist as well. So yeah, good to see him doing well actually. Who impressed you?
Yeah, I think we all thought the same. In the little bits I did see, I thought Ozan Vuna, I thought done well. I thought he was very cool and composed on the ball, used his body quite well.
He's a bit about him, hasn't he?
There's a reason Arsenal. There's a reason Arsenal spent 2 million on him. Like there is a reason they broke the transfer record over Melia when Melia had it was established in the League of Ireland. While Ozan Vuna is only really getting into the Rovers team. But yeah, I thought he used his body really well. I thought in possession he always looked cool, composed. I think we've even seen an improvement in him now than when he seen him at the back end of last season, where he was kind of only first getting his chance, and now he's looking to kind of looks like he sees himself as like the best player on the team, if you know what I mean. He just wants the ball. And yeah, I know I know you're a Galway fan. I watched that game as well. I watched most of Shell's Galway. I thought Shell's absolutely dominated, but done nothing with the possession. The pass. Jack Henry Francis was just running the show for 90 minutes, but literally they couldn't do it. And Will Jarvis had a few chances, half chances from the edge of the box, didn't do it. And Harry Wood was the same. They were kind of just toothless in front of goal. And then even the goals, I'm sure you've seen the goals back. Like the first goal, completely against the run of play for Galway. And then within a minute later, automatic was it straight away from kickoff? I don't think the ball went out of play. Wilson gave away a penalty
No, yeah.
for absolutely ridiculous, and then Harry Wood scored. But I thought once Shells got the equaliser, they were going to go on and get a winner.
Yeah,
That's usually how these games go. When the better team or the home advantage team gets an equaliser, they've all the momentum and the crowd on their side to go get a winner. But the Shells didn't really kick on that much, was probably a disappointing thing for them. Whilst Galway, I know if you think came on, it's a brilliant. I think it's a brilliant point for them. I think they should be delighted with the point they got out of
it
that
is a
game.
good point. Yeah,
Yeah,
they should.
I
Yeah.
think away to someone who's going to try and win the league, and everyone had written Galway off, and I know I was in the last man standing for the League of Ireland. I got bloody knocked out because I picked Shells to win because I thought they were going to win comfortably tonight. And on another day, they probably would have won comfortably, but you can't hold that against Galway. Galway were excellent defensively. I thought John Coffey let them set up very, very well, and they battled hard, and they done really well to get a point. And if they can perform like that all season away to, you'd say, the bigger teams or the Dublin teams who you think are going to be in a title race, and Derry, you think they could go on and surprise a few people. I know a lot of us predicted them to finish last, but a performance like that was very impressive. I know it wasn't impressive really beyond the eye, but they went and got the job done. Go travel back down the road with a point and probably confidence gained.
Well, obviously, I'll take that point. It's a good point. I thought they played well, they defended well because Shells had a lot of possession, but I'd say maybe second to last. In case Waterford finished 10th. I don't think they're good enough, to be fair. So yeah, hopefully maybe that should be the target, just head to the playoffs and hopefully survive. But I just feel like Shells, on the other hand, I don't think they're in the title race. Obviously Oren Casey went off injured as well, and they signed for a significant fee. It was a record, isn't it, for the league?
Yeah, it was the most in a League of Ireland teams ever spent.
Yeah, and they had to finish the game with 10 players, etc. So I don't know. I don't feel like Shells have set themselves up properly for this season. And I just
Paddy
can't
Barrett
see
actually
them
went.
finishing
Yeah.
top three.
Yeah, because Paddy Barrett actually went off just before half time as well. So that was two centre backs went off injured. I don't think Paddy Barrett didn't look too bad, but then he came off. But yeah, I don't know. Like, you still like Galway now? I know they're sitting eighth at the moment in the league. They've only played 2 games and stuff. But like, as a Galway fan, are you happy with 1 point from 2 games? Because I know you were playing Drogheda in the first game, and you could have seen that maybe as a game of going winning the opening game. But are you happy to take a point from the opening 2 games, reflecting on it now and how the transfer
I'd
went?
say I'd be happy enough. Yeah, I'm not happy with how they lost the game to Jog the last time out. Obviously leaving it and it's something that happens a lot with Galway, just losing the games in the latter stages of the game. So, I mean, they did well to get a point of this, so I'll take the point. Yeah.
That's good. Dave, what do you think as someone who was a Galway hater, like ourselves? Did you predicted to finish last as well, didn't you?
No, Sligo. Sligo finished last, and then Galway to probably finish just above them, I think it was. Yeah, I mean, Galway, it's a great point for them. I mean, really great point. They took the lead, obviously did. They know it was a Shelburne penalty. Yeah, I mean, just looking at the stats there, 30% possession, 2 shots on target. Shells had 4. You know, it's just one of those, isn't it? Back to the walls, try to get something out of it. You know, Shells are going to be nowhere near the title. You know, I think it just really emphasizes.
Are you sure? I don't know. I don't think you can say that already.
Oh, I can.
I don't think you can say that already because
I can. I just did.
Well, Shells are sitting on 2 points from 2 games.
This league is going to be between Bowes, Derry. Well, I would have said Derry. It's going to be probably between Bowes, Shamrock Rovers, and Derry.
Why are you ruling Shells out? I don't understand why you're ruling them out.
Yeah.
I know Bill, I love that because he hates Joey O'Brien for some reason, but I still think they have a chance.
Well, I just don't think there's don't know, just don't fancy them. I just think you're going to see what a fabulous job Damien Duff did, and they're really going to appreciate him, and how much. And the reason why he had to probably walk away because he's probably going to have a stroke if he didn't. So yeah, I just don't think they're going to be anywhere near it. It's true. Like I just don't think they're going to be anywhere near it.
I agree with Dave on this one. Yeah.
Yeah. You see, Connor. See, look at me. Follow me on Rep Tracker. Yeah, you see.
Yeah, so it's just 2 years. I'll prove wrong. Don't doubt me, as I always like to say.
I'm not. It's not doubting you. I'm just disagreeing with you, Connor. We're allowed to disagree with you. You know, typical fucking snowflake over there. But yeah, yeah. I don't think Shells will be anywhere near it. They're going to be mid-table mediocrity. Which
to be fair, the last time I disagree with Connor, like, was when he was like full of praise for Sinclair Armstrong, and very good player now. So I have to take that back then.
He's always fucking full of praise.
But,
Sinclair Armstrong.
Yeah, did anyone watch Drugs versus
Dundalk? Did we watch the Lloyd Derby?
Yeah, didn't watch that one. Apparently.
Yeah.
I didn't watch it at all. To be fair, I just don't like Drugs. If I don't like the way, but like Oriel Park did some damage caused there. I heard.
Here we go.
That's from the Galway game because we didn't put that up at the time. We should have put that up.
Yep. How you lads on the way back from Dublin after watching Galway United put in another great performance. I'm gaining faith in this team, which I'm positive will be rewarded for the rest of the season. Fair play to you. You know, it's all about survival. It's all about survival for those boys, and to go to Talca Park, take the lead. You know, I only can see the penalty. You know, I think it's very encouraging for them. Will they stay up? Probably win the playoff. But you know, fair play to them. Excellent stuff, and yeah, good on them. Good on them. See, Connor, good on them.
There's another comment from Galway. Another comment from a Galway fan.
All right, give a shout out to the performance. I don't see them making any kind of challenge for the title without a turnaround from the players. Yep, absolutely agree with you. There's nothing special about them. No, look, it's very early. But I think Rovers will just, you know, it will definitely be a 3-horse race if Derry get a stable in order. But yeah, there you go. So yeah, that's what I think.
But yeah, you're on about the Drogs versus Dundalk came on. Yeah, I watched that one. I did it on the TV as it was the Virgin Media game. I think Dave, you watched it as well, didn't you? Or just watched the highlights? But
no, I watched.
Yeah, I thought Dundalk were the better team overall. I thought over the 90 minutes they were the better team, but I don't think they were the better team. You could say, a draw wasn't a fair result. They were just about better. Dundalk played decent stuff, had a couple of chances, not any huge, but the finish for the goal was a brilliant finish by Danny Mullen. The flick, just kind of out of nothing, was really, really good. So yeah, it was a good performance by Dundalk. An all right performance, you say, by Drogheda, kind of how they usually play, and then kind of doing what they always do, to find a way of scoring a goal. And Conor Keeley got his head on the end of that cross. And although Conor Kearns should really do better, in my opinion, it's a game
listen, Brendan. Brendan is probably watching, and I don't upset Brendan. If you're watching Brendan, it was a fabulous goal by a fabulous player. He made it. He hit the ball. He won the ball back. He ran forward with it. He played the ball forward. He ran into the box, and he made that motherfucker happen. Well in. Up the Keeley family. Brilliant stuff. Delight. I'm going to text him now. I'm going to text him right now. Right. Connor, are you listening?
Yeah. Go on.
I'm going to text him right now. I'm going to say that Connor is saying it was shit, and he's saying that was poor goalkeeping. By the way, Connor is saying it was poor goalkeeping. I'm just gonna
I know
actually
a
no.
like
I'm gonna
that 'cause
say
he
Connor.
doesn't watch
Connor
football.
is saying it was poor. Gaslight him.
They're horrible.
Goalkeeper. Right, here we go. I'm gonna send that to Brendan now. There's that. So there you go. Well done. That was great. I thought it was brilliant. I love
Speaking of
seeing that.
Bren's,
Go on.
What do you think, Yvonne?
I thought Adam Brennan did very well, and McLean should just look at him, to be fair, and just recognise that, you know, he's not built for that midfield. Yeah, just
Yeah,
miles
McLean,
ahead of him.
yeah.
McLean's like, he's a left back, and I saw, as you said, like, we all love him, but he's just not a midfielder, and he's never played as a midfielder really. So yeah, he should just be playing left back instead of Fleming, maybe, who was good for Derry last year, but that's something for their manager to figure out, I guess.
One thing I meant to say actually earlier on about Adam Brennan, I'm another reason why I'm glad that he's going to stay in Ireland for a couple of years, hopefully, and then move on. No disrespect to the league, but you know, let's be honest. Is that I think if he went to a team like Barnsley, he would get he would be kicked to fuck out of that league because he's such a light lad. Oh, he's such a light lad.
There, yeah.
And yeah, he's sorry. I don't know if he's talking about he's going to enter the fray, but he's such a slight lad, you know, and he's got to fill out. He's got to develop. He's only 18, and I think if he went to, you know, Barnsley League One, Connor, aren't they? So he'd get absolutely battered in that league. They'd kick him out of it. So I'm going to hopefully, like, he'll develop, get bigger, get stronger, and then he'll make his way over to the league, to England anyway. Are we sent for the man? Have we, Connor? Is he coming in?
The king is coming on.
Hello.
The king is coming on.
Is he ready?
What? I don't think so. His screen's black on mine. Is he black for you? Oh, he's back.
Is he ready?
I don't know.
Oh,
he's talking, but we can't hear you, Bill, until you give a thumbs up if you want to come on now.
Thumbs up. Here we go.
Thumbs up.
Should we have entrance music? Here we go, lads.
As I was saying, it goes black when I change that. I'm still on now, aren't I?
You're on black again, but sure, it doesn't matter. You can.
Yeah, it's when I change. It's when I
look, mine.
It's when I change to a different screen.
No worries, Bill. Well, welcome to the pod anyway. You're a happy bunny. Joey O'Brien, practically lost, didn't he? Sorry. 1-1 draw. And a good win for Cork as well. So very happy, Bill. Are we happy with it?
I missed all the I missed the first half because my LOI TV. I thought I had a subscription and clearly didn't because I had one last week, but apparently I didn't. So I missed the first.
Bill,
half.
just ask you: are you sitting on the toilet?
No, it's the couch.
No, someone said, "Are you like the Jacks?"
Anyway,
I'm staring next to you.
Anyway, but like more from a Wexford perspective, more interesting because like everyone expects Cork City to win the league. I was really, really disappointed in Wexford in 2025. I like a lot of their players, Michael Rowe, Caleb Hartnett, Theda Bada, Connor Livingston, I think, a few others like that. And they finished with 7 or 8 points off the playoffs. I checked beforehand. And I thought again in 2026, I said they have a squad to be challenging thereabouts the playoffs, but they're really poor. Like the standard in the first division is extremely low because Wexford are what I consider one of the better sides, and they were nowhere near Cork City. So,
but though it was good to see from a young player perspective, Cillian Murphy won a penalty and got an assist. According to fantasy, he'd get 2 assists, but I know there was comment on Ref Checker about celebrating someone getting assists from winning penalties, but that is not how football works. But if you're playing fantasy, he'd get you a few points. But yeah, a really good first start for Cillian Murphy in the first division. Like everyone knows how good he is, but Bill, what did you think of him on his first start?
Yeah, to be honest, I wasn't watching it as tight as I should have been. So, but like he was.
Well, what was the score at halftime? 2-0. So the game was dead, like, wasn't it? So
yeah,
nothing against Wexford, but with Cork.
It was dead when I started watching it, and again I couldn't concentrate. I find it with no disrespect to the other teams, but when you're playing the likes of Wexford, Treaty, Athlone, it's very hard to get into the matches. I know that would be the average opinion of a Cork City supporter, and I'm certainly not the average Cork City supporter, but it's very hard to get into matches. I think
I know what you put. Yeah,
I
sure, I
know
think everyone knows what you mean.
like we spoke about the 100 goals and 100 unbeaten last week, or it was 2 weeks ago. I wasn't on last week. I actually think it's completely plausible. Now they got 4 tonight, 1 last week. So that's 2.5 goals a game. I think they have to average around the 3.3 to get it. I think if they want to, and if they take the division seriously for the entirety of the season, I'm not sure about being unbeaten. 100 goals is definitely there. I think they're going to give up chances. They gave up chances against Streaty, they gave up chances against Wexford. I think they conceded a lot more goals than what they got away with 2 years ago, but yeah, 100 goals is.
But do you think they'll need to concede more to score more, if you get me? Do you think it'll be a sort of thing that they'll need to win games like 4-2, 5-3, kind of like they go 1-0 up, team gets a goal back, and then, because they're kind of going to, you go 2-0 up at that level, when Cork know they've by far the best squad, by far the best players, they think, oh yeah, that's the game dead, and then say Wexford pull a goal back, and then they decide, oh, we'll put the foot back on the pedal again, and then we'll get another, and then we'll get another sort of thing. But yeah, I don't know. Who do you think Shawnee Maguire will finish top goal scorer out of himself and Keating? Do you think he'll? I know Shawnee got 2 tonight. Keating got 1, but then Maguire's on penalties, which is obviously a big help. But is that? Do you think he will?
Pongo got 1 too, isn't it? Yeah, no.
Yeah. Oh, his goal tonight was an absolute worldie. It was unbelievable. And he done very well at the assist for the winner last week. So Pongo seems to be a very, very, very good signing.
If it comes down to, like, I think when I first started properly watching League of Ireland, it was the 2016-2017 season, or around that time, maybe before, when Shawnee was in his pulp. He basically carried Cork City to the title. I know people say he's disappointed over England. He played 140 a game. Was it for Preston initially? And an awful lot of time he was stuck out in the wing. He was stuck in the hole. He wasn't playing as an out-and-out striker.
You're not going to defend those eyebrows now, Bill, are you? Those Shawnee Maguire eyebrows.
I honestly couldn't care less.
Do you remember that? Let me find a picture. Go on, continue. I'm going to find a picture of that.
I honestly couldn't care less. But I think with Shawnee, it comes back to fitness. He isn't the oldest. I don't know if the exact age is, but like I think it comes down to fitness. If he's fit and he plays the majority of matches, he should be top scorer. But staying and doing it is a completely different thing.
But I think Cork are going to bottle it. No, it was, I know, like Cork won't bottle it. But Dia said Cork won't win the league, and Barry Robson will be the first manager sacked between both divisions.
No,
that's.
I mean, to be fair, you know, after what you sent me there, Bill, about that, I mean, you can understand why I would think that, you know, just the sheer madness of the club and how it is. There you go. There's Shawnee Maguire's eyebrow. Do you remember that? Yeah, apparently his missus drew them on for him, and yeah,
he looks so like a wee character, doesn't he?
He's just like a. Do you guys don't remember that? No.
Are they his real eyebrows, or were they drawn on with a marker? I can't tell.
They were drawn on. I think his missus like did a bit of a highlight on them, and it just on the camera, it just the way it came up, and he said, "Yeah, I'm gonna talk to missus about that." That's what we do here in After Hours. We have fun. No, but just what you told me about Cork just being an absolute basket case, and yes,
I actually forgot things after I said that. No.
Actually, sorry, Martin Fitzpatrick. Thank you. We love Martin Fitzpatrick, but we love all you as well. We love Martin Fitzpatrick, and he is a subscriber on Roar Plus. Bill, are you subscribing on Roar Plus?
No, and there's a reason for that.
You weren't very happy when we came up with Roar Plus, were you? At the beginning.
Connor might know the reason why I won't subscribe to you on Roar Plus.
Yes. Anyway, okay. I tell you what.
I actually don't know the reason, but
all of those out there.
Queeving Kelleher.
Oh, the Man United thing. Oh god.
Yeah.
Well, do you know what? If it makes up for a Bill, although that was a stupid acquiring that one. We donate money to Head in the Game, so there you go. We've how much money have we raised for Head in the Game, Connor?
It's like 200, almost €230. Actually, add another 100 quid to that from last man standing, so it's about €330.
€330 raised by this podcast for Head in the Game, Bill. No excuses.
Fair.
Get on Roar Plus. If you want Bill to sign up for Roar Plus out there, say plus in the comments.
No
I
one's
want to
going to
hear
say
it.
plus.
No, they're
'cause
not really.
Bill's the
No,
villain
no.
at the moment. Bill the villain is what is going on social media at the moment. So
Oh my god.
And by the way,
I won't bring it
yeah,
up. I won't bring it up. But Bill is the villain.
By the way, the Roar stuff, Martin. Yes, we've got the website. Finally, it's taken a little while. That was a story in itself. Basically, sorry, microphone. We will have a shop up and running, hopefully in a not too distant future. That is on its way. So yeah, absolutely, we're gonna have everything done there properly. And around the same time, Bill's gonna sign up for Roar Plus.
Not a matter. Yeah.
So thank you for that, Martin. Yeah, so going back to Cork. Yes, Cork is a basket case, and that's why I just think the whole thing's going to fly apart. Something's going to happen off. You could be on top of the league, and it's still something would happen. Basket case of a club. And by the way, thank you for sending that to me, Bill. That was very much appreciated. And I did read it. I thought, Jesus Christ, only in Ireland. But anyway.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah,
But it's not only in Ireland. To be fair, it happens there's a lot of clubs that these sort of things happen at. It's just it seems to be more common in Ireland than it is in other countries. Like if you go to Eastern Europe,
listen,
Europe,
don't.
it's proper mafia.
I could go through the amount of scandals here that's affected the international team and all that. By the way, Connor, for you, Brendan says, don't mind Connor. Goal of the year. Wins the ball, breaks past two players, gives a pass, and leaves higher than the goalkeeper. And it's a goal. I agree with him. I said I was laughing at it when I said I thought fair fucks, lad, when he got that in.
But Brendan's a
And,
goalkeeper, so he hates criticizing goalkeepers. So that's why he's
not when it's his son. Not when it's his son. And basically, you need to stop talking about James McLean, and you need to be fined €5 every time you mention him.
He's sick of James McLean. He's all happy with James McLean. Be mentioned. Well, we can't help it. Oh, but Bill, you were the man who you said you predicted years ago James McLean would end up playing midfield. I know
Yeah.
your prediction has come true, but do you think it is a recipe for disaster? Just keep them there.
I watched all the President's Cup back highlights. I didn't see much of it this week. I think it's still too early days. I know you referenced earlier in the show that he instead of Adam O'Reilly last week, we had Carwin was in midfielder this week. I think it was. I think with McLean, it might be. I think they need to find a more balance in their team. But I think with McLean, it could be about them finding the right partner for him more than anything. If he a midfielder, probably not. But does he have to be a midfielder to be effective? I don't think so either.
But do you think Derry would be better? Do you think Derry would be better? Say, for example, I played Winchester, Onielka, or Winchester, O'Reilly, or Onielka and O'Reilly together, and had McLean as a wing back or a left back, or rotating with Brandon Fleming because of his age. Do you think Derry would be a better footballing side if they'd done that?
I think I'm not sure. Perhaps Fleming was one of the best left backs in the league last season. They even had Ben Doherty, who I really rate.
Played right back tonight.
Yeah. Also I think that's another lack of balance thing too, because they had Kieran Bannon there and right back, or something Bannon, but he got a goal and assist.
Alex Bannon.
Alex, that's the one. But he got a goal and assist, but like he's not a right back. He reminds me of he's a centre back and a right back. Really, he doesn't move like a right back. I think that's why you see them linked with Barry Cotter and the likes. But yeah, I think it's about finding the right balance. I know there's a bit of the 5 or 6 fairly important signings from last season. Blooding them in might take a few weeks. If they're getting results without performing well, aside from this week, obviously, but at some point their performances will also have to come. But I'm not sure. You might see them going for a 3-4-3. That might be the way of getting out, trying to manage the McLean issue. But look, it's early days yet. I wouldn't. I think McLean is being criticised because he's James McLean too, and I love doing that as much as the next guy. But I don't think if his name was something else, would he be getting the level of criticism? And does he draw that on himself? Probably, but it is what it is.
Do you think it's a case of, he's calling the shots there, Bill, not the manager?
I think that's unfair to say, really.
Really?
It's a presumption. Like, if a big personality like McLean goes in there, comes actually around, it's the easy assumption. Does Tiernan Lynch have to prove himself? Absolutely. I spent the last 2 years complaining about Derry City Football Club, but I thought, on the whole, their business pointed towards, or I heard signs from what I was hearing back in November, December, that the things they're putting in place. You saw the pitches and they're getting pitched done, stuff like that. I thought that they're starting to make correct decisions, and that's why I predicted them to win the league back in December. I think before anyone else. I'm quite happy with my prediction for now. I think Shamrock Rovers aren't as strong as people might think they are. I think it's early days. Three games in.
But you don't think that was a bit mad that, like, out of nowhere he's playing in central midfield? Like, can I ask, right? You predict he was going to play in the central midfield. Where did you get that from? Like,
it was a bullshit. It was a complete thread of nonsense.
But what year did you make that tweet? It wasn't made like when he signed for there. You made that years ago, didn't you?
It was 2022. No, the concept was players who could play in a different position to where they ended up. Like, I had like Shane Long as a left back.
Shane Long as a left back?
Yeah.
Where'd you get that out of? That's random.
We've lost credibility there.
Why left back? Well, but he plays. He's right-footed.
Similar to Bale, because he wasn't really a goal scorer. He has extra pace.
Yeah, but he's right-footed.
Again, anyway, that whole thing was absolute nonsense for the most part. I had Stephen Hunt as the centre defensive midfielder. It was just.
But that makes more sense, though, because Stephen Hunt was in attack. Was like could play as a number 10, like, and you could move him back. That makes a bit more sense than McLean.
I had Shane Duffy as a striker, I think. Can't remember now. Anyway, it was absolute madness.
He basically did play striker for Ireland at times.
That's true.
But but it was in fairness, it was a bit of a mystic Bill again prediction, but I don't know if it was one that you should be celebrating, because I don't know how long it lasts, and I don't know how long Tiernan Lynch will last if this sort of thing keeps up. Because
if Tiernan Lynch was to go, who comes in for him? I'm not so
Duffer?
sure.
Would they throw money at Duffer?
Duffer's going back to Chelsea at the end of the year. Don't worry about that.
You think so?
I don't think he'll go back. I think he's a bit like Ange with Celtic. I don't think he'll go back. You actually think that?
Yeah, well, I think Duff will be back in the league by the end of the year, and I think he'll most likely be Chelsea.
I think he'd only go back. I think he'd only go to Rovers if he went back.
Would he be good enough to manage Celtic, you reckon?
Would Celtic be good enough for him?
I don't know.
Bill's the worst man to ask anything about Celtic. But
could you imagine him with Dermot Desmond? Did you see them throwing the tennis balls last night? Did you?
No.
That's just embarrassing. Yeah.
I don't tend to watch Celtic.
I mean, we did it in 2019. I mean, I didn't throw any tennis balls, but I was in the singing ends for the days of the pod, and they were throwing tennis balls over as a protest to the league, to the FAI. So that was that's interesting. And then we went and scored.
Yeah.
Well, Duff gave out about that, by the way.
I agree with that.
You have former.
I saw Bill posted like about Owen Elding.
Yeah. Oh, people didn't like that later. No, I was going to say. I forgot what I was going to say. Sorry.
Fair enough. Let's move it on. Joe McCarthy has a question. Any thoughts on Joanna Byrne getting fired from Drogs for her comments about the Israel-Ireland game going ahead?
She didn't get fired.
She
got told she got told she had to step down from her role. I know Dan McDonald put up a post tonight that she was there for the curtain raiser. They had the curtain raiser with the Minister for Sport and the Astro that got burned by the pyro 5 minutes later. But she was a part of the photo, so it was probably a stand of unity between both clubs that they do not support what the Travella group are trying to push her to move out, obviously because of her stance on Palestine and Israel, which most of, if not all of Ireland, I kind of agree with. So, yeah, it's I think.
I've got a
Go on,
statement
Dave.
here. Do you want me to read out the statement just to
Yeah,
clarify?
go on ahead. Yeah.
Burns said, on Monday morning, I was informed by the board of directors of Drogheda United Football Club that my role as chairperson of the club was no longer tenable with an expectation that I would resign, something I've told them I intend to resist. This unwarranted action was taken after my public statement last week that Ireland should not play in Israel in the Nations League while genocide against the Palestinian people continues. It is profoundly hurtful that expressing a moral view, one shared by the majority of Irish football fans, has led to this approach, despite me never referencing the club at any stage whilst doing so. I stand over those comments. They were made from a deeply held belief in equality, human rights, and the power of sport to make principles positions, as it has done many times in history. These fixtures should not go ahead, and I believe pressure will grow in the days and weeks ahead against them. This position align with Drogheda United delegates' votes at the FEI General Assembly in November in supporting motion for UEFA to ban Israel from its European club and international competitions. Then it starts going on about, I'm not, just for brevity, she started saying that Drogheda is part of her, her upbringing and who she is and all that stuff. And absolutely, I think that's ridiculous that they've asked her to step down. How's her position untenable? You're entitled to a personal belief, whether you agree with it or not, and it's one that's very much in keeping with the belief of this country, whether you believe in that or not, or you believe with that or not, agree with that or not. Sorry, I think it's ridiculous. American owners, aren't they?
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I
and
just
are we
circle
going to see
back?
more of that? Like, obviously, Bray got American owners as well.
Who's that?
Bray Wanderers.
Bray Wanderers. Sorry.
Just
Okay.
saying, like, are we going to see more American owners?
Hopefully not.
Bill, what are you saying?
Bill, what are you going to say?
I remember I was going to say I just wanted to circle back to my Celtic criticism, and you had former Ireland international Darren O'Dea coming out and criticised the club for misusing the academy there recently too, just the other day.
Okay.
Thanks for that, Bill.
The club is
Celtic are
rotten.
terrible.
The club is
developing
rotten
players.
to the core.
Yeah,
Celtic.
I agree with
rotten.
Adam Bill. Like, on his post with Celtic as well, saying that if he went to Celtic, he'd just be with their B team or something. And he's actually getting a chance at Hibs now. And it's Rocco Vazza. He never got a chance there. Mikey Johnson did get a chance there. And I just hope Michael Noonan doesn't go there. I thought Hoffenheim would be a top move for him. Like, they've got one of the best setups for academies in Europe. Like, so yeah, I just hope he doesn't end up in Celtic.
I'll be doing cartwheels if Elling scores tomorrow. Or tomorrow today.
Is that Celtic Park?
Let's check. I might actually watch it for once.
You're mad, but I wouldn't. It won't be tomorrow. Surely not. They played last night in the Europa League, so it'd be Sunday game, wouldn't it be?
Sunday, yeah.
But
Here,
yeah,
Martin
it would be
Neal.
good.
Martin Neal had a 1,000 game in charge, and just checking here, it is Celtic Hibs 3 o'clock kickoff on Sunday. It's not on telly. Like Martin Neal was defending us, saying that Bundesliga clubs have like 80 million to spend on players and all this kind of stuff, and they don't have any money. It's like, you got knocked out by a team from Kazakhstan. Was it Kazakhstan? Was it?
Yeah, Kairat Almaty.
It was, yeah.
Fucking hell, like, you know what I mean? They got 60,000 fans every other week, like, going into Parkhead. But anyway,
I couldn't imagine the budget for Stuttgart is that much bigger than Celtic. I know I could be wrong, but like, I'd imagine it is bigger, but I don't think it's drastically bigger that they're spending 80 million pound on players. Like,
no.
Celtic just, I know the big thing to do is to have the money, but they just do not spend it.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's all a bit mad. Bernard Bunting, 1995. Tiernan Lynch will probably be back at Lawrence soon because they're bottling the league up there. Fair enough. Let's get back through some of the other comments here, guys. Mega Dog. I said last week about Derry being lucky to get over the line versus Sligo and Dundalk. They face a better side than Bows, and he lose 3 games at home. 4 points. Derry can't be happy with that. Sligo Boy also says, I tried to check results in play in BBC. Every league in the world except Ireland would BBC get. You're right there, Bill.
I'm getting a sec.
You want to mute your mic when you're talking, or when you're when you're doing something?
We'll mute you there, Bill. Good OC, Fod. The
He
boy
used to be
best
good at
player.
COD.
Huh?
He
Good at
used to be
COD,
good
okay.
of COD.
He's doing it to fuck me up. That's what and it's worked. The boy best player in the league. Some other comments here. And then there's another one here by And Galway fans says Laser Live will hope that a team takes something great from this, because the next game is home to Sligo, and which could be one of the biggest games of the season. There you go. Sorry, I wasn't laughing. I saw something else. I was not laughing at that, I assure you. So there you go, guys. Right. Well, there we have it. That's this week wrapped up, lads. So Bill, Keeman, thank you very much for coming on. We're going to leave it
Thanks so
there,
much,
and we're
lads.
going to wrap
Thanks
this
a
up.
lot, lads. Much appreciated.
Have you any final words?
Any final words, chaps?
Not really. I was just thinking, like, it's a bit random this, but Michael Obafemi, obviously, he's like season's done. Is there any remote chance he just comes back to the League of Ireland for a short stint?
No, never.
Just because his contract is like ending soon enough with Burnley. Like, I just feel sorry for him. He's a very
just the
good
money
player.
he'd be on in England. He'd get good offers in England money-wise.
Just had a message come in there from
Fair
from a producer. Stuttgart's salary bill is 67 million. Celtic salary bill 23 million.
Oh, I didn't think. Thanks for
That's
that, Mr. Agnew. But
Yeah.
fair
No, he's a
Weren't they
producer. We
interested
have a
in
producer.
Harte as well.
What are you saying? Parrot? What?
I think Stuttgart wanted Harte. Like, they were looking at him anyways. And Wolfsburg
Yeah,
as
they
well.
were
They were
linked to
the
them
two German
last.
clubs
Yeah,
that
they were
wanted,
linked
like,
to them. Yeah.
Anyway,
I stand
right,
over everything I said.
you stand over everything you say, right? And you're gonna subscribe to Raw Plus. Good
Oh,
man, Bill.
Celtic.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Bill.
Good man, lads. Listen, thank you very much, lads. We're gonna leave it there. We're
Thanks,
gonna
lads.
hopefully
All the best.
we'll get you guys on next week. Nice one, chaps.
Perfect.
Cheers, lads.
Good luck.
Cheers, lads. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Right, Connor, that wraps up another week of League of Ireland. Of course, we're going to be back. That can't be real, is it?
What is it?
Someone saying hello to you.
No, it is, yeah. But say hello, Dave. But hello.
Hello, Justin. What? Am I just fucking invisible, Justin? Say hello to me, please. We're not going anywhere until you say hello to me.
No one likes you. He's probably left already because he's sick.
Yeah, I don't blame him, to be fair. Right, well, that's another week wrapped up, Connor, of League of Ireland. It was a bit of a rough start, but then, good man, Justin. Actually, Rory asks, how many goals?
Rory's coming in nowhere. Rory's back. Of course, he's back. Has he not put boy at the end of the sentence? But this is Rory McDonald, isn't it? That is, unless there's two Rorys at the exact same profile picture.
How many goals to Sinclair Armstrong? Hold on 1 second. We're going to interrupt this, Rory. Thank God. Thank you, Justin. And Connor, he loves you, Connor.
Tell him to get to bed, Dave. He's a match tomorrow.
Get to bed, Justin, will you? Rory, how many goals would Sinclair Armstrong score in the League of Ireland?
Good question. Probably like 15, 20.
Per game?
He scored 15. Yeah, he would score like 15. He scored like 15, hard league to scoring, and it's not like he's a great goal scorer anyway, but he's probably scored like 15.
Probably so, yeah, get about 10 in the League of Ireland. Anyway, it was a rough night tonight in the League of Ireland. It didn't get going. I mean, still a lot of football to be played, a lot of stuff going on, a lot of pitch stuff, and it's going to get better, I am sure. We're going to be back. Actually, you and Martin will be back on Monday.
We will be.
Who's texting you? I see that cheeky.
No, I'm just asking someone about something.
All right. The lads will be back on Monday. They will be live. And then we're going to be back with a League of Ireland. Obviously, Shamrock Rovers play Monday, don't they?
The 23rd, yeah. They do, actually.
Who do you play Monday?
Dundalk.
And that's going to be rescheduled for Tala. So that is going to be on Monday. We will have a review of that next week. And of course, we'll do predictions, etc., and all that stuff. And we'll be back next Friday night after more League of Ireland action. And of course, we're going to have a state of play for those of you that want to support us with Roar Plus. And don't forget, guys, if you want to be like Bill, who's off to sign up for Roar Plus right now. Roar Plus, $4.99 wherever you are. If you want to just support us, help us doing what we're doing, we really appreciate it. And by the way, those of you who do, we really appreciate it. Those of you who just tune in and watch us, we really appreciate that too. You're all beautiful. If you want to make a one-off donation, just buy us a coffee. Link is in the description below as well. Doesn't matter how little or small. And also you can get your sticker and beer mat collection as well. That is in the description below. We will have a shop on the way. That is the next thing that's going to hit that website over the next couple of weeks. So keep your eyes peeled. Anyway, we're out of here, Connor. I will see you next week. And don't forget to tune into the lads on Monday. Anyway, I'm David Dunn. He's Connor McAvoy. This is Lance Rowe, the voice of the fans. This is League of Ireland After Hours. And we're out of here. Good night. God bless.